What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why some of you shouldn't own bearded dragons. Okay, this video may come across as a little bit, I don't know, I guess aggressive, but I'm really trying not to, lose my cool. I'm trying to stay fly. That's why I even grew this mustache out just for this video. But honestly, I've been getting a lot of messages lately asking me, hey, I'm gonna pick up and purchase my very first bearded dragon. And as much as, that's awesome, and I appreciate everyone who reaches out, sometimes I do get messages of people who are just doing it completely wrong. And I always try to stay professional and always trying to, steer them in the right direction. But you always sometimes come across someone who just thinks they know it all. And, personally, I don't consider myself as someone who knows it all, even though I've been owning bearded dragons a little over 10 years now. And I still am learning a lot of things about these creatures. So for someone to come in and think that they know it all, and it's their first reptile, and it just so happens to be a bearded dragon, it's like you're going head to head with the bearded dragon Yoda. Like, I'm giving myself that title, okay? There's no one on this platform that could take care of a bearded dragon more than I can. Okay, I'm kind of... But what I'm trying to say is, I'm really trying my best to learn as much as I possibly can about these creatures, and I've been working really hard with them. But today I wanted to put together this video to talk about why some of you are not ready for a bearded dragon. And not to say that you'll never be ready for a bearded dragon, you just need to take the few more steps and then you'll be ready. So with that being said, let's just get started with this video. Let's go. But before we go, you already know what time it is. Some of you guys are like, man, why does he always have to do this? But right now is that 15 seconds of self-appreciation. Whew, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. And if you guys are, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and make my day beautiful. I hope you guys are always staying positive. I even grew a mustache. See that? Okay, I'm probably gonna shave it like after this video. It's getting ridiculous. But with that being said, let's just get started with the video. Alright, bearded dragons. Now, these guys right here are probably one of the more common reptiles, and most of you who watch these videos already own one. But this video is sort of more for someone who is new and trying to get a bearded dragon. Sometimes when it comes to owning a bearded dragon, it's a lot more work than you may think. Like, for instance, Wilbur right here, as you can see, he's already head bobbing. He sees the females at the background. He can sometimes be a handful. Especially if you are someone who is new in keeping bearded dragons, they can be very active, especially the males around the time when they want to breed. As you can see, he is kind of just head bobbing. I call it dancing, kind of impressing the ladies at the background over there. But what I'm trying to say is some of you may not be ready for a bearded dragon because you're already scared of them. So if you're going in that mentality of being afraid and this is your first reptile, it's completely understandable. My suggestion is to go around them, be around someone who maybe owns one, get to know them a little bit more and their behavior. That way when these guys jump on you and maybe start head bobbing like Wilbur can do, they don't freak you out. And like I said, most of you who already own a bearded dragon, you already probably experienced the craziness that sometimes happens. It's almost like they get a spark of energy and they just start going nuts. Even the females display it too. They sometimes start glass surfing and everything. So it's a very common thing that sometimes these guys, yes, they are chill and very docile, but sometimes they have the runs and they just want to start like going crazy and acting up. Now, another reason why some of you may not be ready for a bearded dragon is time. Now, right now, it seems like everyone has time in their hands because either they're in quarantine, they're off work, they're at home, they're watching videos. So everyone feels like they have the time. But getting into that routine of waking up in the morning, giving them veggies, giving them food later on in the day, sometimes you may not have the time. So you really want to take into consideration, these guys live for a very long time. They sometimes live for 10 years plus. So if this is a commitment that you want to basically take, then I would say go for it. They're amazing creatures, but you definitely need to take into consideration that they do take a lot of time to basically train, to sometimes even feed, to give them baths. So it is a bit time consuming, but if you love what you do, you're never gonna feel the time. I'm always having fun. Like for instance, I'm making these videos. This is also taking some of my time, but I enjoy what I do. So for me, it's honestly fun. So I highly suggest that if you are, trying to manage your time and maybe you're going to work too much, you're not at home, you might want to take into consideration that these guys will take a bit of time to basically train, to feed, and you do need to schedule your time around them as well. Now, another reason why some of you may not be ready for a bearded dragon is their whole entire routine. Taking care of them, like the setup and everything, I highly suggest you look into purchasing the enclosure and purchasing everything that it needs and have it set up for at least a couple of days or a couple of weeks, I should say. That way, it's there, you could check the temperatures and everything is good to go before you purchase a bearded dragon. Buying these guys, like I said, they are pretty common, so most of the times you can purchase them, at pet shops, at reptile stores. Before we could purchase them at reptile expos, but now, it seems like they are closed. So there is breeders out there that do work with these amazing creatures and could sell you one, but purchasing it is probably the easy part. It's more of the care and the husbandry that you have to nail down. And most of us, may have already done the research and know how, but until you actually have the bearded dragon, that's when you're really gonna know. So you really want to dedicate some time into researching and making sure everything is good, because at the end of the day, these guys do require some special need. And even though they are fairly easy to take care of, they're also very fragile as well. So you really want to make sure that you are giving them the proper nutrition, the proper food. And some of us may not be used to that routine. These guys are not cats and dogs that you just give them food in a bowl and that's it. You do need to go in there, give them crickets and give them insects. And if you live somewhere where insects and bugs aren't as easy to come by, you want to make sure that you find a local pet shop that could provide you insects for the next couple of years. So you definitely want to make sure, and this guy's going nuts, you definitely want to make sure that you are well prepared for this guy's care. The girls wanted to come out, so I don't know if you could hear them in the background. They're the ones kind of scratching. So I took them out. They probably saw Wilbur and were like, ooh, that guy is handsome. Let me come out and explore. But basically, these right here are my female bearded dragons. A lot of you guys already know. But, we got Penelope. Oh, no. Where's Penelope? Oh, Penelope's here. We got, it's kind of hard to see, Brienne and Sansa. But, another reason that I wanted to make this video as well is that I noticed that a lot of you are interested in purchasing new reptiles because of the holidays, for Christmas gifts. And these guys, yes, they make great pets, but you definitely want to do your research. You just don't want to get an animal just because it's someone's birthday, just because it's someone, you want to give them as a Christmas present. These guys require a lot of care and a lot of attention. What was that? She wanted to jump on the camera. But they require a lot of attention, a lot of care, and you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping them healthy for the years to come. And one of the things that you definitely want to make sure is that their husbandry and everything is taken care of. But their lights can be expensive, purchasing the UVB, purchasing all of that. So it does eventually rack up the bill. So if you're not maybe financially ready to take care of a bearded dragon or a reptile, I'll highly recommend to maybe look into something that's a little bit more easier to take care of, because at the end of the day, their light has to stay on for 12 hours at a time. So 12 hours in the day, then 12 hours at night. And then you need to purchase their special lighting like UVB that can cost a bit. Personally, for me, I feel like it doesn't cost too much, but someone out there who, you know, is worried about their electrical bill and everything, it can cost quite a bit depending on where you live. Here, where I live, it costs quite a bit keeping these guys. So you definitely want to make sure that you're taking that into consideration, that, you know, your electrical bill is going to go up a little bit because you're keeping 2 lights on for basically 12 hours. And the more reptiles you keep, the more it's going to cost. Now, aside from all of that, you know, these guys are amazing creatures. You know, as you can see, I have 3 of them on here. Even though a lot of people out there may say, hey, you can't keep bearded dragons together, man. You have to keep them separate. This is living proof that I have them around my neck and they're fine. So you definitely want to make sure that, you know, you're taking their health and everything into consideration. You know, I basically dedicated my whole life in working with these reptiles, especially bearded dragons. They have just a part to me that I just enjoy being around them. Even though I love all different kinds of reptiles, bearded dragons are just that one reptile that I just can't get enough of. I love their behavior, I love their personality, and I love what they are. So if any of you guys are interested in taking care of or getting a bearded dragon, definitely check out my YouTube channel. You know, a lot of you guys who have been subscribed to this channel, I highly appreciate it, but I felt like this video was needed because there's a lot of new people coming into the hobby and new keepers that may not know what they're getting themselves into. Like, look at these guys, they're just chilling on my neck, but hey, like, I know these guys right now, they're cool and everything, but I'm gonna post a video in the future of them eating, and it's quite the funny experience. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, where do you want to go? Like, why are you exploring? Here she goes again, she's gonna jump. Why? Like, you can't go up to, like, that's the first time. Holy snap, I don't know. My bearded dragons are a little bit crazy. They like to jump. They think they're crested geckos. Hey, what makes you think that you could do this? You're not a frog. Calm down, okay? You get back on my shoulder. But right there's Brienne. So give this thumbs up for, hey, Brienne, I'm trying to record a video. Why are you trying? Like, she's literally acting like she's the star of the show. Brienne, calm down, okay? Hey, you gonna chill? I can never do anything with these girls. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You know, show the support, show the love, especially for these guys. I'm definitely gonna keep you guys posted on a lot of videos now that I fully moved into my new reptile space. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna put these girls back because they're acting a little bit crazy. But that is it for this video. I'm Lord of Lion. This is the longest outro because these girls distracted me. Well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that